Guys, so we are getting ready to pull up to the mall, and we have a grand opening that took place this weekend. We actually have a store that is apparently a NYX store, an entire store that is NYX products. And this is a big mall. This is the King of Prussia mall in just outside the greater Philadelphia area. This is a giant floor space that this NYX store is occupying. So I've always seen the little NYX section in Ulta, and you see it in the drugstores, and I just have a hard time wrapping my head around an entire floor space this big being dedicated to NYX. So we are about to go in and check it out and see what it looks like. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. Thank you so much, doll. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Wow, guys, so that was actually kind of amazing. They have a great layout in their store. The employees were actually incredibly helpful. It was actually really nice. I got some fantastic stuff. I can't wait to show you guys. Okay guys, so we're back. Now, it is later on in the day, it's actually nighttime, and I am exhausted, so excuse the makeup probably coming off at this point in time, but you know how it is on this channel. We just keep it real, so it is what it is. But I did want to come back and talk to you guys a little bit about my experience at the NYX store today. So the store itself aesthetically was very pleasing to the eye. The layout was gorgeous. The store itself was beautiful. It had great lighting in it, which, you know, sometimes is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, especially at like Sephora, where you have so much of that LED lighting and you try and match foundation and then you get out of there and you're like, whoa, what was I thinking? You know, and sometimes that's why, because the lighting in these places just isn't the best. So, but the lighting in there was fantastic. The setup of the store was great. Everything was kind of sectioned off, like face products, lip products, eye products, brow, lashes, so it was very easy to kind of shop the perimeter of the store. And then centrally located in the store was like the beauty stations where they have the vanity mirror and products and brushes laid out where you could sit down and have a mini makeover with the staff, or you could have staff kind of color match you, things like that. So the store itself was beautiful. The customer service was incredible. Everybody was very nice. The staff was right there. They're constantly kind of under heel, asking if they can help you with anything or if you need anything from them. One of the issues that I had today was a lack of education, and I'm not sure what type of education program they have at NYX, and it may be because this is maybe a brand new store and it just opened and maybe the employees aren't overly familiar with the product yet, but I would assume there would have been some sort of training or something. They just didn't seem to be very knowledgeable about product. I asked, I was thinking about getting a beauty blender from NYX just to see how the beauty blender was, but I don't like those hard, bouncy beauty blenders. I like the softer beauty blenders, so I asked if the beauty blender contained latex or if it was a latex-free beauty blender, and the customer service representative was unable to answer that question for me. They even went and took the beauty blender into the back and spoke with management, I would assume, and came out and said, you know, we're just not sure. So if you have an allergy to latex, then we would recommend that you just be safe and just don't purchase the product, which I thought was odd because I don't have an allergy to latex. I just don't like beauty blenders that contain latex. But either way, they were unable to answer the question for me, so we moved on. I asked a couple of questions about the lip products, whether or not they transfer, how they dry down. Again, they really weren't able to kind of answer those for me. One customer service representative was like, you know, I've never really tried these in particular, but I've heard good things about them. So it just seemed like, while everyone was very courteous and very nice and it was a very pleasant experience, there just wasn't that level of knowledge that I really appreciate, especially when I'm walking into a store that has a line that I'm not overly familiar with. So that was probably my one critique from the experience today in the store. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the products that I purchased today. One of the areas in the store that really caught my eye was the concealers that NYX offers. And they offer quite a wide variety of concealers. They have the typical tube concealers, they have like some stick concealers, they have the in a jar kind of really thick concealers, and then they also have the Gotcha Covered Concealer, which was what I opted to purchase today. Now this is a thicker concealer. It is considered to be waterproof, and they say that it is a hydrofuge concealer, which means that it's supposed to be very hydrating. And because I have a lot of texture in my under eye area and I combat things like fine lines and wrinkles, they do get dried out sometimes, and those fine lines and wrinkles can become very accentuated. So keeping my under eyes moisturized is really important to me, and I can't really work very well with concealers that tend to really dry down. So concealers like Shape Tape and things like that can be a struggle for me because they do dry down So that tends to accentuate wrinkles underneath my eyes. So this, being a hydrofuge concealer and being a full coverage and waterproof concealer, caught my eye. And it is infused with coconut oil, which is fantastic for the under eye area. So it comes out very thick. It's one of those where you probably don't need a whole lot, and a little bit goes a really long way, but it is very soft, and it, as you can see, it's very like emollient. You can kind of see that shine that's in there, and that is from the coconut oil, and it feels very hydrating on the skin. So I've never tried the product, and I thought I would give it a shot. So that was one of the products that I purchased today. And this product cost $6. So the price points in the store were fantastic. If everything works, then I'll be a happy camper. I am going to do like a full face get ready with me with all NYX products. That'll be the next video, so stay tuned for that. The next product that I got was the Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo. Now, this actually really intrigued me. Number one, because it was only $12, but number two, because I like to contour my nose with cream products as opposed to powder products, and this just seemed like something that would make that job a little bit easier. So it's a highlight and a contour color. They come in different shades. The shade that I got was the number 3 caramel and vanilla, and this is the vanilla shade and this is the caramel shade, and they just look like a concealer would, but they have a great tone to them. They are a little blurring, and they have a matte finish, which I was immediately attracted to because I am that matte kind of girl. So this is the highlight color, and this is the contour color, and they seem to really blend very nicely. They feel really, really soft, and it was definitely a product that I wanted to give a go. So I did purchase that today from NYX, and again, that is the Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo, and this is in number 3 caramel and vanilla, and again, this product was $12. Okay, so the next product that I purchased is actually a repeat purchase for me. I have tried this product before, and you know, it was okay for me, but I did decide to revisit it because I do want to do a whole full face get ready with me with only NYX products. So I decided to go ahead and try the Angel Veil Primer again. The first time that I tried this, I was just like, meh, you know, I could kind of give it, or, you know, could take it or leave it. And it was one of those things where I just found it kind of sat in the back of my cabinet for so long that when I actually reached for it again, by then it was expired and it was time for another one. So I went ahead and purchased it again. And for those of you that don't know, the Angel Veil is a primer that's very, very similar to the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. Everyone considers this to be kind of a dupe for that product. It is very creamy, and it is very soft, and it kind of has that powdery finish like the Hourglass Mineral Veil does. And you know, when I tried it on again in the store, I was like, wow, that really is a very nice feeling primer. I think I'm gonna try that again. So I did purchase the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was $16. Yes, so the Angel Veil was $16. The next item that I purchased was actually kind of an interesting little find. It's called the Wonder Pencil. Now, I tend to highlight small places, so I do tend to highlight like right underneath here on my lips with just a small highlight, and I'll do that a lot of times all the way around my lips, and it just helps with a little bit of contour. I do also like to spot conceal like right on places like that, just to make them kind of go away, but they're very small, minute places on my skin that I want to conceal. So this Wonder Pencil was basically a concealer in a very sharp pencil form, and it's very skin toned, which I like for those specific needs. As you can see, it's basically the same color as my skin. It feels very soft and very creamy, just like a concealer would, and I really like the idea of this tool in such a small format where I can use it for those very precise things that I need to use it for. So I did purchase the Wonder Pencil by NYX, and I believe I got the color medium, which is number 2. They do have this in 3 shades. It's light, medium, and then a really dark, rich shade. So I thought this was very clever, and I purchased the Wonder Pencil, and the Wonder Pencil was $4.50. The next product that I purchased, I actually thought was incredibly cool for someone like me. I would definitely enjoy this. And it is called the 3-Dimensional Brow Pencil. And I love the idea of this, and I cannot wait to try it. So this cost $10. And what it is it's basically a marker. Now, I don't know if you guys are very familiar with the other eyebrow markers that are out there in the world. They're very thin, kind of felt-tipped markers where you can draw like very hair-like lines and help fill in the lines. This is a very similar concept. So it's a marker, except when it goes on, it stays on, and you have to use actual makeup remover to get it off. And you can do 2 different things with this, which is why I like it. You can do the really like pinpoint fine flicks of little tiny hair, kind of precision lines like this, where you're doing just really fine strokes. Or you can do these kinds of lines if you really need to fill in kind of a bigger area. So it allows you to go flat with it as well. This is what the tip looks like. So it's very wide this way and very thin this way. And I love the idea of this in a marker form. And I purchased this in the color medium chocolate brown. So I purchased this in chocolate brown, and I cannot wait to try this little baby out. I really like this. And as you can see, once it's on there, it does not budge, and you have to use makeup remover to actually get it off. So I really like the idea of this, because I do use pencils, and a lot of times I use powder as well, and usually about halfway through the day, regardless of what I'm using, it's kind of gone. So to get something a little more permanent, and to have the flexibility of really kind of filling in bigger spots or doing really detailed kind of fine hair like strokes in one pen, I love that idea. So this again is the 3-Dimensional Brown, and this was $10. So I went to the lip area, and there are some of the NYX liquid lipsticks that I do not like, and there are some of their lipsticks that I absolutely do like. One of their formulas that I do like is the soft matte lip cream that they have. This is very different from like their lingerie. I don't like the NYX lingerie formula, but I do love the soft matte lip cream, and I got that today in the color Rome. It is just a beautiful rosy kind of nude color. It absolutely looks gorgeous on the lips. It dries down to this very soft, not sticky or cracky matte, and I love this formula. Their soft matte formula is fantastic. So I purchased this today, and this was $6.50. The other formula from NYX that I like is the liquid suede formula that they have. These are very soft, they're very emollient, they stay on for a very long period of time. This color is the color I actually have on right now, and I got the liquid suede in the color 4, which is soft-spoken. And this is what the container looks like. It just says liquid suede here. It has kind of this beveled top, which is really pretty. And it is a much bigger tube than the smaller soft matte formula. And it has a bigger applicator, which I like. And it is a very velvety kind of finish. And I know it's called liquid suede, but it really feels like velvet. But this is a beautiful color. I love this color. It's the color that I have on my lips right now, and I absolutely love the liquid suede formulas. These I have tried. I would absolutely recommend these to you guys, and this was $7. Okay guys, so let's move on to brushes. Now I have to say, I have obviously tried their eye brushes. I think I've probably tried every eye blending brush from every brand on the face of the planet. And of course I have tried the NYX eyeshadow blending brushes. The one that I tried before obviously visiting this store was the number 16, and this is just their eyeshadow blending brush. Now there's nothing wrong with this blending brush. It does a great job, but there's just nothing spectacular about this blending brush. It serves its purpose. It does shed, and it is, you know, just not top-notch quality, but I mean, it's not a bad brush. It's just kind of a meh brush. I have ones that I prefer. So I just wasn't really overly excited when it came to looking at their brushes, but I did find a couple that I was very anxious to try. The first one that I found was the number 6 Deluxe Fan Brush. Now, I am not a huge fan of the really thin fan brushes, but you guys, this fan brush is so luxurious feeling. There is probably not a softer fan brush out there on the market, but one of the things that I absolutely love about the design of this fan brush is the top. And if you'll notice that it's very thin on the sides, but it's very dense here in the middle, which is really, really important, especially when you're looking at buffing and blending contours of the face. So this is an incredible find today. I'm very excited to try this brush and see how it works. Again, this is the number 6, and it's their Deluxe Fan Brush. Look at that. That is beautiful. I can't wait to see how it holds up. And this brush was $17. The other brush that I got was from their Pro line. I wanted to try one from that line as well, and I just got their basic flat contour brush from the Pro line. It does look, it looks very basic, I know, but the handle itself, you guys, this little bevel that it has in here, it makes the brush sit very, very comfortable in the hand. I love the way that the handle on the Pro line is designed. Not only is this a very soft contour brush, but again, it just has that density here. See how thick and round this is? Again, this is going to be fantastic when it comes to really getting into a detailed chisel contour of the cheek. I also like to put setting powder right here on the sides of my eyes. If I'm in a hurry and I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'll put setting powder right here in a line, and then when I'm blending my eyeshadow, I can be really messy, and then I just brush the setting powder off and the eyeshadow will stop right where I had the setting powder. So I would use this a lot for that purpose as well. Those kind of straight edged brushes, I use that a lot to make my edge there on the outside of my eye, but also as a contour brush where it really would hit the contours of the face very nicely. And again, it's that densely packed bristle head that I really, really like, and they're very soft brushes as well. So I'm really hoping that this brush also holds up nicely and performs well on the skin. And again, this is the number 23 contour brush from their Pro line, and this flat contour was $20. Okay guys, so another thing that I got from the NYX Professional Makeup Studio today was a foundation sample. They have a huge kiosk in the store that has all of the different colors. There's 30 shades of the NYX matte foundation that they've recently come out with, and they have a whole bunch of little plastic containers underneath there with a big sign over the top of it that invites you to go ahead and get a sample and take it home and try the foundation in your shade. So I picked up one of the little plastic thingies. They just looked like this, and I put what I thought would be my shade in here, and my shade that I picked was 9.5, which was an olive shade, and they have little Sharpies there where you can actually write on the top of the container once you fill up your sample. And I love that it was self-serve and that you could do it on your own. So this is their new, I think it's called Mad for Matte. No, it's actually called the Stay Matte But Not Flat. So it's Stay Matte Not Flat Foundation. So we're going to give this a try in our full face that we do. But I thought the sample system that they had set up in the store was actually really nice and very customer friendly. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So I got that today as well. Okay guys, and the last item that I purchased from NYX was one of their new In Your Element eyeshadow palettes. And the one that I picked out was the Earth palette. Now, the In Your Element line has a palette for every element. You have air, fire, water, earth, metal, and they're all very different toned, and they're actually really cool. They also come with matching lipsticks, and there's a whole line built around elements. So I chose to get one of the palettes, and I picked out the Earth palette because it had a lot of really nice kind of earthy tones to it. So it comes in this box that looks like this, and then when you take her out, this is what the outside of the palette looks like, and on the back it has the different shades that are in here, and they're all numbered. And overall, guys, I really like the look of this palette. It just looks beautiful. So it comes with a very heavy-duty mirror in here. You know, it doesn't feel like your typical drugstore palette. It feels like a very nice, heavy, good quality palette, which I really appreciate. So it has the mirror, and then these are the tones that are in this palette. And you know, I looked at this one and the Fire palette, and I kind of really went back and forth between the two. The Fire palette had a lot of really bright kind of orangey tones to it that I wasn't overly happy with, and this one just had more kind of neutral, earthy tones to it that I really liked, and you know, some interesting pops of color in here that still inspire me and make me want to play a little bit with this palette. It has a nice mix of matte and shimmers. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes. It has 2 what I would consider like satins, and then it has like 1, 2, 3 really kind of metallic-y, high shine finishes there as well. I will say this, guys, upon swatching these in the store, I can't begin to tell you how incredibly soft and pigmented these are. Now, I was kind of trashing NYX in a previous video because, you know, they've always been like the drugstore brand and making good products at a very quality price, and I kind of drug them a little bit for coming out with a palette that costs $30, and that's these palettes. But I will say this, I still am a little sideways about the $30 thing. But based on feeling these and looking at the pigmentation of these colors, guys, they look to be a very high quality shadows. I have not put any of these shadows on as of yet. so I have not had an opportunity to see how they perform. So we will be using these in the full face Get Ready With Me. But as of right now, I'm still on the fence about that $30 price point, even though these shadows seem to be a very luxurious, very high quality shadow. So I don't know. We shall see, guys. So that was the Earth palette by NYX, and again, this was $30. So because this was a brand new store and they just opened, they have some promotions and different giveaways going on over the course of their brand new opening weekend. So because I walked in and spent a little bit of money today, I was very shocked when this was what I got for free. It's a makeup case and it's very nice. It says NYX Professional Makeup on the top of it. It's a very heavy, a very solid case. It's not plastic, it's metal. The corners are metal. The handle is a nice metal. It doesn't feel like a cheap plastic. It even has a keyhole and came with the cutest, tiniest little keys. This would be a very, very cute weekender case to take with you. We all know that Erica would probably need much more than this if we were going away for longer than a weekend. But if you were going away on like a little weekend, this would be a really cute case to bring. Again, it's very well made. I was so pleasantly surprised by this, and it was just a gift for coming in on their opening weekend. And when you open it, it opens like this. It has a mirror in the back. And the back here is like a leather. Very nice. These trays are leather trays. They're lined on the inside. And you have three. You have this one, which is actually quite deep and can hold things that are quite tall, whereas these are like smaller trays that hold kind of smaller things, and you know, the little kind of samples and stuff is what I have in here for right now. But this drawer will actually hold like the bigger products, and I love it. I think it is just the cutest thing, and to get that as just like a thank you for coming in and visiting with us for our grand opening weekend, I just thought this was fantastic. So I got this little one for free today, and it was a very nice surprise. One other product that I forgot to mention to you guys, I did get the NYX Honey Do Me Up Primer. This is supposed to be a dupe for like the L'Or primer with the gold flecks in it. That's a little more high end. So I thought I would try it and see how this holds up. This was $17 and it's just a primer. It is quite like honey, so it is quite sticky, so I'm not sure how this one is gonna go, but again, this is supposed to be like the dupe for the L'Or primer with the gold flakes in it. As you can see, this actually does have some gold flakes in it as well, so we will see how this little sucker holds up, but I did pick this up and this was $17. Okay guys, so that was my haul today from the new NYX store. We'll see. I want to reserve judgment until I have an opportunity to try out all of these products. But I will say, guys, I had so much fun today going into the store and exploring this brand. I did not have any idea that they offered the sheer amount of products that they offered. The color of bronzers they have, of highlights they have, of powder foundation, of drop foundation. The glitter section alone with the glitter glue and the glitter that goes on the eyes was insane. I mean, guys, there was so much stuff in there. It was nuts. And you know, you're just used to seeing that one little kiosk in the drugstore tucked away that says NYX on it. Or if you go into an Ulta, you have that row. But walking into a NYX store and seeing all of their products on display really was quite impressive, and in my eyes kind of elevated the brand a little bit from just that drugstore brand to a brand that might actually have some higher quality, very fine products, especially the shadows in this palette. Out of everything that I got today, I would have to say I'm probably the most anxious to try this one out. So we're gonna film a full face get ready with me with NYX products next, so stay tuned for that one. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the button with the bell on it. That'll make sure that when we do this full face NYX get ready with me, that you get notified when the video goes live. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up, and as always, please share. We got to get some more subscribers, so once we hit that 150 mark, we can start really pacing for the 200 subscriber milestone giveaway contest that we have. It is fantastic and amazing, and I can't wait. I hope it goes over as well as our first giveaway did. We did talk to Nicole C., who was our first winner. She did receive her products and is enjoying her Fenty and her Anastasia, and she got a couple little extra goodies in there as well. So congratulations again to our first winner, and I look forward to having our second giveaway. As always, guys, thanks so much for coming by and spending time with me. Stay tuned, and we'll do this full face NYX brand get ready with me next. Have a great night, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Mwah. This thing right here is the bomb. In caramel and vanilla. Why are our NYX cases so hard to open? I don't understand. The NYX liquid suede, I don't. Oh my god, why are they so hard to open? There it goes. If I messed up my new eyeshadow with my nail, oh no I didn't. Suede. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather. God, this really is a gorgeous palette. Unbelievable. Still though, $30. Oh god. Killing me, NYX. I got a case, and it's cute. The Angel Veil Skin Perfect, the Angel Veil, I cannot talk today. Get the words out of my mouth. That's all, folks.